I know a lot of white Cubans in Miami voted for Trump or white identifying and whatnot. And there's so many factions in the Hispanic community, that
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care
right.
because he made a whole campaign over building a wall from you. And we were mad for you, okay? But y'all wasn't mad.
Exactly,
So I don't care.
exactly,
Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense.
exactly. But baby girl Eva, honey, you will never be J Lo. You will never be Selena. I don't know who you think you are. Okay, you started off talking about black and brown, but which one is it? And then you over here. What's really sad is she makes some salsa. She makes some very good salsa. That's yes, that's available at HEB, which is a very popular, huge grocery chain in the South. I used to buy her salsa all the time, every type, mild, spicy, whichever one. So, baby girl, are you a spicy white? You want to be a white woman with the taco? Because you acting like a white woman with the taco. So, which one do you want to be? You cannot play the fence on this. And your apology wasn't even a real apology in my book. That's all I have to say about her.
I just think that it's just one of those things like yes, I accept her apology, but I just think that we shouldn't have to apologize. Like you like,
right.
Appreciate the fact that people, I don't want to, stereotype her and be like, she a white woman with a taco, because straight to be told, she's been doing a lot more advocacy than I can say that J-Lo has ever done. So, I will say that she's been a lot more outgoing about political.
But J-Lo stays in her lane.
She's Eva's done good work on some advocacy kind of stuff. Like that's something that she's done. Especially because I don't remember what the last movie she's been in or show she's been in, but she's been doing a lot, and I don't want to take that away from her. But I do think that she really, really messed up. And I mean, yeah, you can apologize. I don't know, what
it was a crappy apology. And yes, if she wants to take things away from black women, we could take away everything you've done out here, because it's casting a very negative light. Like, she had no reason to bring up black women. Like, you could just big up your community instead of trashing black women. No one said black women. You said it.
I know black women did think, don't do that. Like, but that's also master's tools. At the end of the day, is like we always pitting each other against each other, and that's what the news is doing too. So who voted? Let's talk about black people. Let's talk about white people. Let's talk about Indian people. I think that it's like the man won the damn presidency. Y'all looking for stuff to like bring little things to make issues or conversations. Yes, there's some black people that voted for Trump. There's a lot of Latin people that voted for Trump. Like, there's just ignorant folk out there that like to believe lies, or just like, grabbing women.
Of course. And like I said, I don't know what box she checks, but she's acting like a white woman with a taco. She's acting like a spicy white. So which one is it? Are you a woman of color? Because if you're a woman of color, then you need to stand with us all the way. You gotta be down all the way, honey. You can't be flip-flopping.
Yeah. You made a really good point about like, why did she have to bring up black women, and like in the comparison thing, like she could have just said like, you know what, such and such percent of Latina women voted Democratic, and it really made a difference. Then that wouldn't have been, well, whatever. I don't want to really like pick her apart, but I just thought that was an interesting point you put out. Like, why did she have to compare it?
Yeah, I mean, that's all I have to say about that. And baby girl, I know you wanted to play Selena, but you didn't. So
that's impossible, and disrespect. And it is my belief that Selena is black, okay? Because there was a lot of a large African population in Mexico, largely due to slavery. And Selena looks like a black woman, and I've always believed she was black in my heart. So they can say what she wants. She Mexican, but she black too.
So I mean, that's a whole other conversation.
That's a whole other conversation. But yes, yes, she's doing work, but like I said, she's not. J-Lo identifies her heritage. I will give, even though J-Lo is constantly out of pocket. J-Lo is constantly out of pocket, but J-Lo identifies,
let's not
her.
Do that. J-Lo be Italian in half her movies she been in. So let's not do that.
Yes.
J-Lo stay having a kid that look like the kid ain't got no Spanish in them in the movie. Like, let's not do that.
Oh, she do be playing Italians. Oh my God.
I don't think Eva, like I'm sorry. I don't think, and I also think that there's like other people that are of Latin descent that are better representatives of their culture, that are very
absolutely
apologetically themselves. And I think that, I mean, Salma Hayek, where my girl at? Like, that was my girl. And
I like so,
but and J-Lo definitely had her moments where it was like, so we not all the way. Like, I thought she was Jenny from the block. I don't know where you from right now. That's San Francisco. That's
right. Well, J-Lo recently said she a whole black woman.
That's beautiful. I mean, I just say it like this. I don't think it's necessarily like, I don't think Eva was necessarily being a white woman, and I don't want to necessarily say she was had a taco, but I do think that, like, I do believe that
white woman with salsa. She makes salsa.
No,
that's a
no. The thing is, she didn't, like, it wasn't like, she was just being very to the point, like being so pro her that she seemed anti-black, and that's, I think, the problem. And not that she was identifying with whiteness in the moment. No, she was very much being a Latina woman. She very much was like representing for her culture. But you don't got, once again, you do not have to bring us down to be a part of that. And I think that that's the problem. I don't think that that's a white, that's not whiteness, that's just anti-black. Like, I think that that's where she went wrong.
That is aligning yourself with white supremacy. That's a very white supremacist, ideology. But like I said, I don't want to stay on Eva. I won't be buying her salsa anymore. Continue. I hope you get booked and, and continue doing what you're doing. But continue with the good work and get a speechwriter or something. But